Traders, my beautiful people, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Guys, slow day today, man. Lots of flushes, lots of just slow action, not seeing enough upside. Not enough, man. Not enough, not enough, not enough. AVCT secondary offering. This is the worst, one of the worst things. This is one of the last things also we want to see, secondary offering, devaluing the price of the stock, man. Or was it an announcement of a reverse split? Let's see. Are we on dual screen? Registered direct offering. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this one was an offering. Just, absolutely terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. No good. Just tanked hard. And, one of my nightmares are getting caught in these on higher price stocks once they're halted down. Sometimes they're halted on the spot. You can't sell. You have no idea it's coming. But, we can check for shelf registrations. But, so many of these stocks that we're trading have these shelf registrations. So it's like, an offering can come at any time, right? Anytime they decide that, hey, we're up a good amount, this is the place to do it, So AVCT was a tricky one. Going up, slow and steady, and then the big drop off. Let's go to positions, actually. ATXI, this is the one we lost the most on. I actually want to check it because I got caught on a trade. I want to believe I was up at least $120, and I just got caught somewhere. And, from there, it was just no return, right? Let's see. Sometimes I like to think I can get, some action and, maybe pull off one of those Star Wars movies, like Return of the Jedi, Return of the Relentless. But, doesn't happen. Sometimes you just go deeper and deeper to the depths. The most important thing, of course, is to not go to the dark side, because if we get too emotional, then, we don't stand a chance. Okay, let's see. So, let's look at this thing. RMED was the one I was actually watching into the open. I thought this one had the best opportunity, the best chances of doing something. Let's see. It pulled back. Okay, it pulled back. Let's see. I traded it off screen. I didn't record the other monitor today. I don't think I did. Let's come back a little bit more. We might have caught that first trade on screen. Oh yeah, I think we did. And this first trade was not the best trade because I was a little slow, right? High of day right now is at 410, and there is a seller, 47,000 shares. I want to believe it didn't break out very smoothly. 51,000 shares. There's 05 on the bids, 03. I think I should have took that dip at 03. That was one of the first mistakes, I think. But, we're pulling back from a big seller. The 5-minute candle looks good. I think this was worthy of an entry. I think I was a little too passive, watching at it and just not sure if I should take it. 5, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Should have been long. Should have been long. Instead, I bought it kind of high as it broke over the seller at 10. And the seller might not have even been there anymore. Let's see. They might have sold. Actually, it's a little hard to tell. They might have canceled or refilled the position, 48. Let's see. I'm trying to see how the buyers came in here. See, it broke. Yeah, okay. Yep. All right. 7,500 there. Okay, yeah. I guess, right? So a lot of those shares got filled. They might have canceled the rest of it. And immediately we started pushing over the level of 12, 13. And that's where I just jumped in. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's see if it pushes to 15, 17, so forth. We do have a bit of a seller at 15. I believe I'm going to sell this scratch. Shouldn't have took that trade like that. I think I should have waited for the dip instead. In hotter markets, nothing is wrong with this trade, I don't think. Right? Because pre-market highs are at 420. In hot markets, we can be buying at 12 and selling at 20, 25. No problem. We'll still make something despite not being in at 3 or 5 like we probably should have been. So that's fine. But, we got to avoid that trade in this type of market where it's slow. Right? So we got to watch out for that. What I do want to look for instead is once we make that high and we start to dip, you see how I'm seeing 410 right there? You know, 405, these are the levels, right? And this one even was a little tricky. The bit's kind of coming down a little bit more than you would expect at times. As it started to curl right here, I said, okay, let's take 8 and try and get back over 11, 12. There's a seller there at 15, 30,000 shares. So I'm in at 8, a little high considering that 5 was the low. But there's 14. You see how, and you know, I think maybe tomorrow doing a better job of throwing out the order on the ask as well. Because watch this, right? You're seeing it's inching up. I'm in. It's not a terrible trade or anything. I'm in. There's 12 on the ask, 13 on the ask, 14 on the ask. But you know, we're not really getting to hold up at those levels. The bids just continue to drop back down. 11. I tried to sell at 11 as the bids came up, but in that moment we already kind of pulled back. Here we go, 11 by 12. 11, 11, 11. Tried to get out there, but the bids once again pulled back. Not enough buyers, not enough bidders, big sellers, weakness, you know. So we only came out with 1 cent essentially. So that wasn't too good. I should have been willing to get back in at 5. There's 5. They're right here. Right here is the best entry of the day. Watch this. Watch this. This was the best entry of the day right here. But, you know, I'm not going to lie. Part of me thought it was failing. Part of me thought maybe we were seeing a flush. At this point in time, the 5-minute candle has a wicked topping wick. Like, you know, a little sizable. Our high was at 20. Well, no, 14 rather. We're pulling back below 99. But this VWAP trade happened to be the best trade of the day. The thing is with this trade is that if you take it, you know, your stop is just 2-3 cents. Potential is 410, 415 back at the highs. And we still, even here, we have a spread in it. You know, 99 by 03. You'd have to hit the bids to try and get that good fill. There we go. It's a little tighter, 99 by 01. Okay, a little bit better right here for the market order. Yeah, but I didn't take it, and it's going to curl up nicely here. Watch this. 7. If you're in at 4, watch this. Right, 5, 6. Can we see 8? Can we see 10? Can we see 15? Let's give it some time. Can we get the 1-minute candle come and make the new high? There's 10. Can we see 11, 12 for that sell? Maybe even sell half right here if you're in at 4, right? Maybe selling half is not a bad idea right there. 11, 12, and there we go. You know, I think that's good enough for the rest. And that would have been a good trade. For 2,500 shares, it's 250, you know. We could have potentially captured that trade in there. Instead, we didn't take it. What I did do here was some quick scalps. I put out a limit order at 5 right here. Did not get the fill. I really wanted this order to get fill here. It didn't happen. I figured since we made a new push over 10, we're not going to pull back as low as 403, 404. So I put out an order at 5, but we came as low as 6. And I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. So we're going to start to get some quick dips in here. Let's fast forward a little bit for the sake of time. We made the new high. We made a new high of 24. Hold up. And we reduced size by the way to 1,500 shares, right? So we made a new high. 19. 19. I'm in. Great read for that breakout. I'm back in on the dip at 15. I'm going to take another dip here again. Watch this. I really and truly shouldn't have sized down on those two trades. I don't really know what I was thinking, but 11. I'm in at 14. Kind of high. Right, so watch as the spreads open up right here. 11. And you see that 50,000 share buyer at 410. I jumped in. And, you know, right here you want to hit the bids. I should have hit the bids. I should have hit the bids. I should have hit the bids at 11. I would have had a great fill. Instead of being in at freaking 15. I'm in at 15 right here, bro. Terrible. 1480. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I can't be upset. The spreads, what I'm relying on here is that, you know, the ask price is also coming down. People are selling, and so I'll get that lower fill at 12, 11, but it's just not the case. And here's the problem. 11 by 17. In fact, I'm lucky I'm not filled at 17. And you guys will see me get filled at 17 in a sec. I'm going to try the same trade again, and I'm not going to get, you know, I'm not going to be so fortunate. So anyhow, I'm in at 14. Should have been in at 11, hitting the bids. And look at that. 15 by 17. If you're in at 11, boom, you're out of this thing at 15, 16, 17. Good trade, right? Instead, I'm in all the way at 14. It's just too high. Too high up. Too high up. Too high up. And it looks like it was a losing trade, actually. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, that was pretty tragic. And then, you know, same thing here. So I'm going to buy it back at 14 by 15. The ask price is going to shoot up to 16 right there. And I guess I bought that 1,000 shares that was sitting there. So some of my shares got filled at 15, 16 is my guess. And here we go. It is going to pull back. And this is where I'm going to take the loss. I was expecting the retest of 20. It's going to pull back. But you see, if I bought the bids the first time, especially at 11, how different the trade would be. So we missed key dips. We missed the first dip at VWAP. We missed the second dip right here at 11 with this 50,000 share buyer. To be honest, if you know, you ask yourself, what are the odds that this buyer is real? You know, we'll see those shares are getting filled right now. You know, it's like if you throw out the order at 11, 5,000 shares, chances are you got the fill, and you have a great backstop of just 1 cent. So let's assume you have a good feeling the order is real. It's a place. I wouldn't say to take 20,000 shares, 15,000 shares, because, you know, you're not the only person selling, of course, but, you know, hey, 5,000 shares, chances are I can sell my shares to this person right here with a 1 cent stop. You know, minimal risk. You know, I got the right idea, but needed to hit the bids right there, man. That was too much of a lousy trade. And that's what this type of market is about. If you're too sloppy, you're going to be red, which is exactly what happened here. And also, I would say this one is more difficult, though. We were above the VWAP, yes. But I thought this was a hard dip to take, man. Just, you know, it was hard to trust. Hard to read. That 5-minute wick was looking dangerous. We pulled back to 401. I checked my fills. And I think we have another loss somewhere in here. And that was it, basically. We got in at 401 as it pulled back again, and it was actually finished. It was done for the day. I thought the 5-minute pullback would have held for another retest at highs of 20, but that was it. That was all she wrote. Titanic. AVCT. Let's look at that one. What time was it? KXPR. AVCT. I guess we can just check, right? This is worth watching. This was at 10:11 a.m. Watch this thing. In the blink of an eye. Guys, be careful out there. Manage the risk accordingly. Trade smart. Trade the setups. Cut the losses. Do not average down into the trades, especially if you're not experienced with that. Like, some people do it and do it well. You know, they have really good experience. We see Ross do it, but look at that, man. Imagine you average down at 50. Right? Hold up. Let's go back. Imagine you see this, right? And then you say, "Oh, VWAP. Let me average down." The thing is that, you know, for me, I think this logic here makes sense as well. I understand the other side of, like, averaging down, right? Well, my logic is, the moment the stock does something like this, if I'm buying it here on this pullback or buying it down here, whatever, and I think it's going high, it should go higher. The mere fact that we're seeing this is telling me that something out of the ordinary is going on, to the the side of weakness. If this just rips up and I'm in, great, right? But if something like this happens to the downside, it's just weakness in my opinion, and it's against the plan. It's against my trade idea. What it means I must do is cut the trade immediately. I think that's the right thing to do in this situation. 286, 2.82 for the highs. It drops down to 256. And then that's not the end of it. 47, 33, 22. The halt level gets extended. It still halts down at 17. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Crazy. This should we've seen worse secondary offerings, right? There's been stocks that were trading, halted right there sideways, and then resumed. It's halted randomly. You couldn't even think about selling. Resumes 50% lower. Imagine you're in there with 30K equity. $15,000 loss. It happens, man. It happens. It's the worst thing ever. But what are we gonna do? You're in a stock at $10, 1,000 shares, $10,000. It resumes at 5, you're down $5,000. It happens, man. So we gotta stay safe out there. Continue to trade smart. Continue to trade setups. KPRX. Thought this one was all right, but I missed the dip. Previous high of day right here was at 936. The high of this candle coming across. It pulls back into this level, but it's a gradual pullback. I ended up not trusting it right here. You can see this, and it's going to give a double bottom. And we should come back to it here pretty soon. Yeah, it's going to give a double bottom. And that was the main thing for that one. All right, here we go. It pulled back again. This, I think, was maybe one of the better setups of the day. And then it curls back up. Higher volume going up, lower volume on the pullback. Well, as I said, gradual. I don't know. I didn't think it was very clean. But I did notice it, if I didn't take it here, I could have took it here. So on this second dip, but that was it for the day, guys. That was it. Down $95. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button, keeping it transparent. $98 rather, 98.26, $98. Keeping it transparent, keeping it real, not hiding anything, showing it all. In terms of other stocks we traded, RMED just $14, QNRX just $20, KPRX $35, FNHC nothing real. Well, this is worth mentioning. This was a great trade here. Watching for the recovery around low of day levels. In at 95, low of day at 91, 4-cent stop. This goes up 10 cents. In fact, it goes up a little bit more than 10 cents. I'm out for a 9-cent gain. And from 95, we had a high of 110. 15 cents, with a 4-cent risk. Watching for this to get back to high of day, which is at 110. There's a 3-to-1 in there. We're looking for a 15-cent reward while it's risking just 4 to 5 cents. This is the type of trade to size in on aggressively. I'm back testing this strategy, so no size up until maybe another 3 weeks or a month in. But on the other hand, we had ATXI, which was a losing trade. We were in on with one share. Thought the reversal was down here. Thought we were bottoming out down here. And, the risk was at 72. My entry's at 81. So I'm risking, same thing, 9-10 cents. Right? Tight risk. And in this case, I'm in at 81. We got highs of 87. Well, no, we had a high of 87. We had dipped down, so I took the dip. This one flushed out, man. Flushed out. My stop at 73 ended up being at 62, which just, was disappointing. Very disappointing. The entry came again down here, but I didn't take it. Wasn't paying enough attention. We had a low of day levels now at 347. So we had a pull to the upside at 72, and then a dip to 57, 56. This is where I could have gotten long with a stop at low of day again at 47 for about another 10-cent risk. We can see over time right here, it curled back up to highs of 789. All right, 789 over here, and then I think that might have been the high what am I saying? 789, 379, and then 380. Where are we at now? Yeah, that was the high of the move. So, but not bad though. If I was in there You know, at 46, I don't think this is going to happen too many times where we, you know, we really come down hard like this. But, you know, from 47 to 80 is not a bad trade. You know, about a 40-cent move, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the recap. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Keeping it short and sweet. Well, about 20 minutes. Thought it was like 5-10 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, take it easy, guys. Stay safe, stay green. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are a new viewer to the channel. And, of course, check out the links down below for the Mometic scanners, the Discord, the Instagram, and Facebook pages as well. It's been RT. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll catch you bright and early tomorrow morning around 8:50, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I am, of course, signing out.